Boom.
Biddly, 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 bo. Yes, yo, what's good though? You know what time it is? Get that badger in and on and over here. He's in, he's on, he's over, he's here. I had to move back to get his greatness in. Got a couple of quick shout outs to do. Shout out to Gloves Are Off Sweet Science and shout out to Rich Sullivan. Shout out to Gloves Are Off Sweet Science and shout out to Rich Sullivan. I appreciate every which one here, but they are another two members. I think 99p a month, whatever it is. I've got a track out on the 13th of September. If you click the link below, it'd be much appreciated. Please like, subscribe, do all that thing. It's gone past few days, my channel, so I do appreciate it. I had loads of new subscribers, so welcome. Enjoy me, join me. So quick shit vid, Clout Chasers here, let's have it. Apparently, as I've said, a few teams are looking in and around Clarke. For what it's worth, Chris Waddle, I don't know why he's talking about it, but Chris Waddle says it's a bit of a risky transfer. Everybody's gone into meltdown about, apparently they want, 20 million plus for him. And everybody's gone into meltdown that it's too much for Jack Clarke. So, this is where I'm going to get my head chopped off. You fucking don't give a shit about finances, that's why. What, all that money, we're filthy rich, all that money coming in. Like, whoa, like 20 million, we're probably paying a premium for Jack Clarke. Is it a good signing or is it not a good signing? Because currently, I don't care if he costs £60 million. If he comes in, he comes straight into the side. Whoa. I was maybe exaggerating. I was maybe creating, where you're searching for something, I'm trying to entice you, try to wind you up. I don't think we should spend 60 million on Jack Clarke. But if we spent £20 million on Jack Clarke, who cares? It's either a good signing or it's not a good signing. I don't know why people get so bogged down in the fee, like it matters to you. Like, I won't spend, no, I'd cap it at 17 mil and I wouldn't go a penny over. I'd move on. If they said to me, 20 million, I'd say, right, I'm leaving negotiation. I'm off. I'm out of here. I am not paying that. That's scandalous. I can't even afford to keep lights on. I've got a light bulb problem, You think I'm just going to splash the cash? And then it's same effort. I always say, just pony up the dough, man. Whatever they want, just pay it. That's what you normally say. But then when somebody goes, all right, yeah, well, we want 20 million because, I think we've got a pretty bright future. You shouldn't have sold him on before. We're actually holding out a bit because you've sold loads of players. We're going to maybe pay an inflated price for players, aren't we? I don't know if it's that much inflated. His stats are pretty superb over the past few years. Ian Hart's been tweeting about him. I think Ian Hart's his agent. And then everybody's gone crazy about Ian Hart. Ian Hart's just tweeting out his stats. It's just he's maybe searching a bit. There's been some talk about that Manuel Benson guy. Whether or not outcomes of that was all yesterday's news. A lot of people think that'd be a good signing, which, people put in like, bring me Benson and Clarke and then job done or something. And it's like, yes, okay, sir. So, and then there's loads of tweets about the 49ers being this isn't even as bad as Ken Bates, mate. It's not even as bad as Ken Bates. Like, Ken Bates obviously is an icon at the club. Ain't no doubt about it. He's came in, he actually, contrary to belief, did pretty much save us, did Ken Bates. So, because we was in absolute free fall and people come in, believe it or not, and just want to make loads of money out of a club like Leeds. He's gone around his whole career making money out of clubs, football clubs. It's hard to make money out of football clubs. That's why the 49ers are getting so much stick for just coming in and apparently stripping all their assets. We've lost a few players. Desperately need to spend some money. Desperately need to bring some players in. If we brought a couple of players, Farke fucker's already accepting that, there's going to be none before Friday, or even if there was, they're not going to come straight into the squad. He also thinks there's probably not going to be in for the week after. I did say it's going to be hard to just bring 4 players in. Everybody laughed at me saying there's 14 days to go. Well, we're 7 days into it and, we haven't brought any players in. You can't just go from, you're losing a player. Granted, there's going to be like, they should have a backup plan. They should have players ready to come in. But ultimately, you can't just go out and just... The other teams know what day it is. Other teams know what's going on. People hang on. People hold out. And then, if you try to rush through, they'll they'll steady the ship with you, take mick out of you a little bit, you know, make you wait. Jack Clarke's making us wait potentially, you know. Does he even want the moves? Does Sunderland want the move? Are they enjoying keeping him in press for a bit, thinking that we'll sell him on next year? They might have things in place, a plan for next year for him to go to a Premier League side. You just do not know what these clubs are doing. But what I do know is they're not idiots. Nobody, very few are absolute idiots. There's far too much money floating around for them to be like bullied. So Ken Bates, you know, it's a wild comparison due to the fact, you know, we were in free fall when Ken Bates came in, and I did actually, to be fair, solidify us a little bit. Didn't really care about the club, but, you know, he cared enough about the club to want to make money out of the club. Ultimately, to make money out of the club, we need to be successful. The 49ers can't just come in and sell everybody. That is a short term. Granted, that's what's happened at the moment. Whoa! Granted, that's what's happened at the moment. But the long term, that is not going to make them money. That's going to make them lose a lot of money, because it's still going to cost the same amount of money that they're going to keep piling into the club. So they will make some signings. Whether them signings are going to be, you know, that's why Jack Clarke, you know exactly what you get. That's why it's worth 20 million for me. I just think just get the bastard in, get him in and on and over here, get him on the pitch. Let's get some assists, let's get some goals, let's get rocking. And then everybody goes, well, to be fair, that's 20 million good worth. That's good worth. We've got rid of Somerville for 25 mil, and you want to pay 20 for Clarke? Like, we're not in direct competition with each other. I don't care that, you know, Somerville's worth 5 million more than Jack Clarke. I don't give a shit. Don't matter to me, boy. Somerville wanted out. Jack Clarke potentially wants in. That's all that matters. You know, and then when we go up next year, then we have a look, don't we? Jack Clarke, is he good enough to go into the Premier League? He's already tried once with Tottenham. Didn't really happen. Gray's at Tottenham now. Everybody, you know, literally, it's wipey bum time with Gray. So we'll see how good he gets on. Played 10 minutes or something the other day, and, you know, it's like, Gray's back. Oh, you know, every time he touches the ball. Let's see. Rutter's gone. And then Twitter, we knew Rutter were going, but then Twitter goes back into meltdown. It's like we've lost him again. So it's like it's just happened again. So we knew we were going. Surely people then, you know, process it in the mind. Rutter hit me pretty hard. But then when he left again, he didn't leave again. It didn't bring it all back. And then, you know, I went through my morning process, like as in literally quite in the morning. I had a little bit of a mourn. And then I was over it by half time at, you know, in afternoon. And then at full time, when he actually leaves, and you knew he would leave it at the start of the match, the start of the day, press play, pause, stop, next track. When the next track arrived, everybody went back into meltdown like we'd lost him again. You knew we were going. Fucking people. It's like, damn. So Farky fucker just done his press conference, and he was still on about how it was a good point last weekend and all this. Like, oh, I love him. I'm not saying he needs to go out, like the new word nuance. But, you know, I do like him, and I do like his press conferences, but he does just waffle about a whole load of noting it. It is 20 minutes of nothing, really. I don't know why he mentions Jamie Shackleton every time that he's discussing the players that have gone out the door, and he always gets a mention as Jamie Shackleton, and he barely played him. But it's like a huge loss that Jamie Shackleton's gone. And also, I would really appreciate it if he would stop saying that it were really hard for Rutter, Cree, still calls him Cree, Rutter, Cree and Gray to leave. It's like, I do not feel sorry for these players. Let's just absolutely get that straight. I don't think it's hard for them to leave. Like, you know, like they're gutted. This thing about, you know, that Gray would be gutted to leave and stuff, like, I don't know what anybody's basing that on. I think, you know, there'll be some emotions towards leaving for all of them, just because it's like a totally new start, totally different. But they want the new start. They want to leave. It's not like nobody's holding it. I mean, particularly with Rutter, you know, apparently they tried to keep him. So I don't feel sorry. I wish Rutter all the best. I wish Gray all the best. I wish Somerville. I couldn't give a shit. They've gone. It is what it is. They gave a fair amount to the club. There's also a weird is it a paradox? Where, like, everybody wishes, like, Rafinha the best, Rutter the best, whatever. I know it's because they're good players and they're bound to move on eventually. But then when Aronson comes back, he gets booed. So now, whoa. Like, I'm aware that I feel like I have to do nuance now every single time I say something, because people go like, "What, are you seriously fucking saying that Aronson is better than Rutter? Or are you saying that Aronson has done as much for us as Rafinha?" Like, no, but these are just career paths, aren't they? And these things happen. Aronson's ended back up the club, gets booed, and then Rutter leaves. Everybody's in disbelief, crying 3 times because he's left us 3 times. And then, you know, wishing him all the best. You know, it's just like, he's gone now. I love Rutter. Absolutely, one of my favourite player by a long way, by a long way from a long way. So it's over a long distance. He has been my favourite player for a long time. But I don't feel sorry for him. You know, it wasn't easy for Gray, Rutter and Creed to leave. Like, feck off. So apparently this Jonathan Rowe guy, which I'm bored stiff of talking about, and Jonathan Rowe, I truly am. Apparently he's agreed a deal with Marseille, which, you know, I'm sure again was very tough and difficult for Jonathan Rowe to pick from these 2 clubs. So I just wish that'd get signed, get out of the way, Twitter can have a meltdown about it, and then we can move on. Kind of dictionary corner here. So, all aboard the bullshit bus! Join me! That Hannibal, so normally he's just called Hannibal. I never actually knew his second name, but he plays for Scum. But Hannibal Mejbri. So that's why it's dictionary corner, because I'm assuming it's Mejbri, I don't know. But Hannibal, he's got that big, silly, like, long hair. He looks like David Luiz, like Sideshow Bob style. And apparently we're in and on and over for him. Midfielder, as I say, plays for Man U, equals / Scum. Young lad, but that'd be a mental signing to me. But apparently Burnley are in for him. But apparently Burnley are favourites for him. But I've seen him play quite a bit, that Hannibal, and he's mint, to be fair. You know, he can't get him in Scum side. I don't really want to talk too much about them, obviously. But they've got a plethora of midfielders, and Ten Hag can't get them all in for love nor money. You know, he does his best to play every single one of them. I don't even know what that Man U do. I don't know what the point is of Man United, but yeah, Hannibal, obviously, it's a difficult team to get into, all I'm saying, even though Man U are a bit shit. It's a difficult side to get into, and Hannibal is always, you know, he was like a hot prospect a couple of years ago, and he has played a few times and looked decent. So that'd be a right signing. Apparently, Fucker, well, not apparently, he has said that we're going to go and try and actually win the game on Friday, which is hella refreshing, isn't it? So we've got Sheffield Wednesday, so it'd be frightening if we actually go to win a game. You know, obviously not accepting that we're inferior to Sheffield Wednesday, but they are higher than us in the league. They've got 1 win, you know, 1 win, 1 loss, I think it is. I'd be shaking in my boots, I would, if I were the mighty Leeds United going away to Sheffield Wednesday. But yeah, well, we'll see. I'll drop in tomorrow. I'm off to Leeds Fest this weekend, so I'll be watching games slurried out my mind at 8 PM on Friday. I'm going to try to find a boozer around, might go into Thorner or something. Try to get eyeballs on it. I'll be like that. I'll probably just end up streaming it on the phone. Like,
boom.
JackCity, bitch. JackCity, bitch. Hey!
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is. Don't wanna ever feel surprised. That's why I ask no.